practical ideas. So we're starting off with what I'm gonna call a toolbox saver, because this one tool right here is a 48-in-1. This is your socket wrench, comes along with the holster, and we're gonna show you how it works, but any nut, any bolt, even the damaged ones, you're gonna be able to maneuver with this wrench. And you can choose it in red. We also have it for you in yellow, and there's also a blue one if you want that. For less than $20, think about 48-in-1. Think about all those wrenches that you don't have to sift through in the, whether it's the toolbox or the junk drawer, okay? Less than $20, customer pick on hsn.com, and Lou Caputo is joining us. And Lou and I were talking about all of the different things you could use this for.
Oh yeah. Yeah. This is your entire toolbox, as you said, on your hip. And I say on your hip because it does come with a nice carrying pouch. So you can put that on your belt and you can carry this with you. But this is a really interesting tool, because the first time I saw it, I was like, well, what's a big deal about this? Because it doesn't, you look at it and you're like, going, but then when you think about it, the fact that this will work on square bolts, that it'll work on 6-sided bolts, 12-sided bolts, Torx bolts, spline bolts, even damaged bolts, then you start to get that bing, that light bulb goes off in your head. It'll work on standard sizes. It'll work on metric sizes. And here's a little funny thing. If you have no idea about anything I was just talking about, this is for you, okay? Because you don't have to know. You don't have to know anything about it. Let me show you the magic here. If you look real close at this, I'm gonna put this down here so it's nice and steady. If you look close at this, okay? Each one of the sockets on this has 12 teeth that go all the way around on it, okay? And there's 4 of them on either side of this. As I rotate this, you'll see that these are different sizes. So I don't have to know if something's 3/4 inch or 19 millimeters. I don't have to know the size of the bolt or the nut that I'm working on. It's right there. And if I flip it over real quick, boom, here's the other side. And you've got smaller sockets on this side. So that's why we could say that this is 48 tools in one, because you've got everything right there when you need it. Now, I'm gonna show you a real quick demonstration. I'm gonna come over to the board that's right here next to me. I'm gonna walk around the side here just because I'm right-handed and this is easier for me, all right? Okay. So when I come over here, I'm gonna look at that top bolt. Now, there's a handy-dandy little sign here that tells me that's a 3/4 inch standard size or it's 19 millimeter metric, okay? If that wasn't there, it doesn't matter. I'll try to put this one on here and say it doesn't fit. Let me try this one. Oh, hey, that one fits, that's perfect. Then I get down to this one. This one's a little too loose. Let me see if I go to the next smaller size. Hey, that one fits right there. You see what I'm saying? So any one of these bolts, I can just keep working my way on down here. It works on all of these. Now, on the other side of the board, we've got smaller sizes. Yes. If I need to go over there, obviously these big ones aren't gonna fit. Guess what I'm gonna do? Flip it over. Now I've got it over here. I can fit all of these different sizes in here just by flipping the head and finding which one, boom, this one fits on the tiniest one. Yeah. Just by doing that, I can see it. So you don't have to know tools, you don't have to know anything. All you've gotta know is that if you need a socket, you've got 48 of them on your hip or in your toolbox. I think it's brilliant. I really do. I mean, when you think about this, because because when you're doing those projects, or if you're shopping for somebody in your life who is doing all the projects around the house and in, with the car and building and all of those kinds of things, they have a lot of wrenches and they're constantly doing this. If you hear that sound of looking for the size, looking for something, I'm looking for the right size. I don't know which one it is, and let me tell you something too. On each and every one of these little sockets right here, they write the size on it. I can't read them. I don't know anybody. I can't read those anymore. Maybe once I could, but now I can't. And that's the beauty of the bionic wrenches. I don't have to be able to read that stuff. And I'm gonna show you something. I brought this out for a reason. This isn't even 48 tools. This is just an example of like what you'd be rummaging through if you wanted to get in there. Now you're gonna notice that there's a socket wrench in here, okay? And we all know these. They make that fun sound, for when you're working on projects. Let me show you something about the bionic wrench and how you can use it the same way. I'm gonna go back to my trusty little board here. Okay. All right, now, let's say that there was a wall here. Maybe I'm working in an engine compartment or something, and I can't do a full circle with this. Because that's one of the cool things about this, is that you can do a full circle if you want to. But let's say there was a wall there. I can do this. Oh! Is that not genius? Bring it down. Every time it hits that, bring it down and do it that way. Or let's say that it's just enough room where I can only use it this way. Gosh, love it. Straight up and down. See what I'm saying? So it's so incredibly versatile. And I'll give you one more example too, and I love this one. Let's say that you've got a big old bolt like this. okay? If I've got a big bolt like that and I take a standard socket and I try to use it on here, Houston, we got a problem. You see what's going on there? It's too big to fit through. It won't go all the way down, okay? Now, I could use what's called a deep socket, but even a deep socket wouldn't work on that. Plus, it's more money. But if I take my bionic wrench, watch this. It passes through it, so I can get down to where I need to be and work on that nut, work on that bolt. See what I mean? So not only is it replacing all the things I mentioned before, the standard, the metric, you know, the spline, the Torx, all those different types, even your deep sockets.
This is really cool. Yeah. And I'm telling you, if you already have a familiarity with working around, you know, doing projects and things, then hopefully you're already on the phone for this. But if you don't, and you're saying, well, I don't know if that's my thing, but you have somebody on your gift-giving list who does do these kinds of projects,
sure,
please get it for that person. Please, they will say, I've never seen anything like this. This is exactly what I've been needing. Just like they'll walk around with one hammer.
That's right.
Now you have one wrench that can do everything. All of that. And you're just choosing, do you want red or yellow or blue?
Right.
The person you gift this to is never gonna say, you know what, I didn't find any uses for that.
Right. Yeah, oh my gosh. I'm gonna tell you, what surprised me is how often I use this. And I recommend, even if you're buying it for yourself or somebody else, buy them a couple. And here's why. You're gonna wanna leave one in your car, one in your toolbox, one in your tackle box. I carry one that I carry on my boat. I've got a boat bag. Every time we go on the boat, I've got one in there. Because I don't know, if something breaks down, I wanna make sure that I have the tools I need to either tighten or loosen whatever I've got to. This is the one for you. And as a gift idea, just so you know, if you've got somebody in your life that's like that gadget person,
yes,
this right here checks off a lot of boxes. It's it's practical, it's unusual, and it works.
It does, and it's less than $20.
Yeah.
And I will tell you, if you're not on the phone for it yet, please do so. This is a customer pick, and I always say there are some things that are just fun to buy. They're sexy to buy. We love our jewelry and our lipstick, but there are some things that are just necessary, and that's what you're looking at right here.
Yeah.
Choose red or yellow or blue. Get them on FlexPay for $6.65, and you can call us or shop on hsn.com, or you can use that QR code at the bottom of your screen. Open up the camera on your cell phone.